Hello. Greetings yet again from Withings near Krakow in Poland on this fine sunny Friday afternoon that sees me slightly under the weather because I've had a cold and a cough for about a week. So my voice is slightly ravaged, so make the most of it because I probably won't be here long this time, although a lack of voice doesn't usually stop me. I just want to bring your attention to the fact that this arrived earlier in the week. Mott's Withings, things with wings within book. A nice sturdy hardback on 4th dimension. There he is. Okay, I haven't got the main run yet. I always order a kind of sample batch initially just to check things over and ensure things are okay before going ahead with the main run. And I have proceeded with sending a few copies out, and I'll probably send a few more out next week just to get the ball rolling. Generally things look fine to me. Here's what it looks like. It's over 200 pages. It's a collection of Mott's artwork, but there are descriptions of some of the pieces. If you're familiar with any of Mott's work on his own records, you know, his record or CD releases or whatever, and if you like what you've seen there, then you will find much to savour here. I seem to be mostly grabbing pages without any text on, but there is some text here and there somewhere. Yeah, well, I mean, a little text there, like the shadows of dislocation. So I presume that's the title of the piece. Yeah, there are some titles. There's some other text. There's what else? You know, an introduction, and at the very back, lots of pages, many pages of a Mott interview and a discography as well. So Volcano the Bear and Mott solo works discography. I'm really pleased with this. It's and I forgot to mention this, the CD that accompanies it. Originally we were going to house this inside the actual book, like in a pocket or something, but then Nick decided against that. It's his book, so it's up to him. That was my idea, to house it in a pocket, hence doing the CD, you know, slimline, in this what they call an eco pack. So but Nick changed his mind a few months ago and said, let's keep the CD loose. I'm fine with that. Maybe it is better. Maybe it's better to keep the CD separate to the book. But they are a package, and they're limited. And I welcome orders for this. You know, again, the main run, which will go ahead once Puppy and Nick have seen their copies of the book. They're en route to them at the moment. But once they approve, then the main run goes ahead. I've looked at it. I see no reason why it can't go ahead. Really, found one sort of tiny mistake, but it's something we can live with these copies that are going out now. But I still want to remedy it for the main run. Nonetheless, it's good, and it really is just a tiny thing. So a few copies will go out. A few of the ordered or the pre-ordered copies will go out, but the main bulk of them will wait until until the actual run is here, the main run. I don't know if we'll be doing 250 now, but it will still be limited. Might be 150. We will see. So, I mean, these are bloody expensive to produce, and I'd be lying if I said the interest so far warrants 250. I've stipulated this many times now, but I cannot. I don't have a lot of storage space, and I cannot be sitting on unsold stock. Like piles of unsold stuff. So I'm more into the idea of a quick turnaround release now, or or book even. So that's where I'm at. It does mean, of course, that I'll have a few copies of certain titles here for longer, maybe even a couple of boxes of CDs here for longer. But nonetheless, I want, because of the lack of storage, I want fast turnaround, which is why I'm trying to keep vinyl releases to or most of them to lower quantity editions now, 150 or whatever. So, and I'm hoping, on that note, I'm hoping to drag Mott Perry back for another release, a vinyl only release perhaps. But he might insist on a CD. I had a message from him yesterday, whereby he said he prefers CDs to vinyl. So, but that's obviously his personal preference with regards to what he buys or prefers to listen to. But ideally, I'd like to do a vinyl album by him again, but 150, 200 copies, mostly mail order. So So anyway, if you're interested in this, please send your order in. I mean, I've sent a few copies out, and these are bloody expensive. I think I've undercharged on the postage actually, which is just typical of me. Probably by about £2 or £3. So, but I think it can be swallowed by the actual other costs. By the actual price of the book. So I always allow a slight margin just in case of things like this. So anyway, get to it. So if you like Volcano the Bear, kind of, I don't know how you describe Nick. I don't think even Nick knows how to describe his work. He took umbrage when I said it's abstract. We didn't take umbrage, but he prefers not to call it abstract. Maybe because of the implications there, which I understand. I understand his position, but it is a combination of different elements. So yeah, but anyway, I just showed you some samples from the book, and you can decide for yourself whether you like that or not. I like it. I've even got one Nick Mott original framed on a wall here, but you can't see it. So I don't think. Nah. There's one by Graham Lampkin of the Shadow Ring, and another by Nick Mott up there. But yeah, they're not easy to see. Oh God, what? So I just realised how cluttered this place looks, and that's not all of it. You know, it's just a small portion. Anyway, the other thing is Michael Cashmore's the Fifth Symphony LP is underway, like I said before, and the Kleiswahr CD Channel Some Angst is also in production, and I'm also awaiting test pressings for Edward Ka-Spel's next LP on Lumberton Trading Company. So that's where I'm at with all my releases at the moment. But besides my releases, I'm still sending out Never Say When LPs, but double LPs, by the way. I checked. I think I've got about 80 copies, 90 copies left. So get in if you're interested. I must admit, I thought there would have been a few more orders for that. It might well be because of the ongoing US situation. But I have ways round that. So don't let that put you off if you're in America, if you're in North America. And it might also be because Alan Ryder alerted me. Well, I saw on Facebook earlier in the week there's some new EU regulations about packaging or something. I've not been directly told by the post office anything about this. And the lady that I generally see, in fact, there are two ladies, but there's one who's in charge of this kind of sub post office that I use almost daily. Well, I do use daily. And they both speak English, but she speaks English exceptionally well because she lived in England for a while. But she told me yesterday or 2 days ago, that Poland might be finally doing something about US shipments soon. So we will see, because it's been a year now. And many countries, I think Poland is one of the few that still has a problem with US shipments. At least one of the few in Europe. I think most other European countries have found a way around this now, of dealing with these tariffs. So it is deeply frustrating, like I've said before. But what can I do? I'm at the mercy of the situation. But when she was telling me this, she didn't tell me anything about these new EU regulations regarding packaging that's used for parcels, etc., being recyclable. Well, all my packaging is recyclable anyway, but I think this is more directly concerned with wasted packaging. I don't think I'm guilty of that either, but at the same time, I've seen some people getting riled on social media about this situation. I don't know, until anybody directly says, look, you cannot send a vinyl record or a CD like this, fuck it, I'm sending them, you know. So I'll just keep sending as I always have until further notice. So maybe the next upload I'll be complaining about how I can't send any packages to the EU. We will see. Yeah, I think regardless, because of the American situation and because of this new EU situation, probably some people are going to refrain from ordering anything. Well, I can say categorically right now that you can still order directly from me. So I went to the post office earlier today with 4 huge parcels. One of them cost £50 to send to Canada, to Scream and Rise, actually. So if you're in Canada and you're hoping to get a copy of Never Say When, well, I sent them airmail, fucking 9 kilogram box. Yeah, yeah, bloody expensive. Anyway, they're on their way. But yeah, I went there today. Business as usual. What can I say? So I think that really is it. Plenty of things I could talk about regarding review material and what have you, but I did that last time. Oh, what I do need to say is between yesterday and today, so for the last 2 days, I've been updating the fundraisers in the shop for CDs, 4 CDs for a good price, mail order CDs mixed with label releases as well, for for a bargain price and nominal shipping. £35 total for 4 CDs, I think, with the shipping, and the same with the vinyl as well. So lots of 10 inches, LPs, double LPs, etc. And I think it's any 2 of those. I can't remember, or any 3 of those. Anyway, there are 2 fundraisers in the shop. 1 vinyl, 1 CD, and I think they're absolute bargains. They help bring some money in to pay the bills here, and I've just spent the last 2 days adding lots of new titles. I'm sure there are some omissions, but there must be at least 20, 30, 40 new titles in both of those fundraisers. So, in 20 to 40 in each of them. So, up to 80 new titles. So, go there if you want to nab yourself a bargain. And again, the actual individual links to those fundraisers will be below. And I'll be doing my usual. I'll do a mail out that draws attention to those and to this, where I'm also drawing attention to them, as well as this. So I think that's it for now. Otherwise, yeah, like I said, my voice is going. I need to glug more tea. Crank up the Robert Fripp that's in the CD player at the moment. Listen to some music, do some writing, read, whatever, to see the day out. So I haven't done any grim humour book writing for the last week because I've just been embroiled in dealing, embroiled in orders, dealing with orders, shipping, never say when orders. I've still got a couple now, actually. So, yeah, I think that's how I'll end it. Buy never say when as well. Still got 20, 30 copies with the postcard available. Nab yourself a copy. Get yourself one of those. Take advantage of the deal, the fundraiser. And yeah, treat yourself to a load of new vinyl. So you won't regret it. I love receiving packages of vinyl. Anyway, The one thing I should say before I really do go is that the CD deal in the shop does not include the latest model bow CD, the end of the continuum, because I've only got about 7 copies left. This is the one with the Stephen Wilson Bass Communion remix on. It's exclusive to the to this CD. And yeah, 7 copies. So no, they're not going for a bargain price. So if you want one of those, get in quick as well. I am still getting the occasional order, but there was a surge initially, and it's kind of subsided now. But 7 copies left after what, 3 weeks? It's not bad, not bad. So yeah, plenty more I could talk about. I haven't talked about the event, the label event in London next June, the 4th and 5th of June, at the Dublin Castle. I haven't spoken about that for a long time, but I'll save that for next time. Plenty of time for that. But yeah, I do need to remind you of the fact that there is another London event happening. And I really think that's it. I'll keep it here. Maybe it's only 20-25 minutes this time. So, which is a result. See you again soon. Thanks a lot. Bye.